those realities because they were built through just a belief. And the idea that she would just live out one of those systems, she couldn't. And so it's like a death. It then opened up when she asked for, what am I supposed to believe? Why is this earth like this? Why would I come here then and be lied to? So when she couldn't live any of these lies, she says, why would I do that? Why would I come to earth and be lied to? Imagine that that everything in your life, and I mean everything, this happened so fast to her in the vision part of it, in the mind part of it, that you're not thinking of any part of your life anymore. You're not thinking of your children. All of that goes out the window. All of it. Like suddenly she was nowhere. Nothing. She didn't know who she was. All of her realities didn't make sense anymore. She couldn't live as any of those realities because they were built through just a belief. And the idea that she would just live out one of those systems, she couldn't. And so it's like a death. And what it is, it's the mind system. When you realize the illusion and the spells that the mind has been allowed to hold, that you think is actually you, and it isn't, it really shocks the system. We do have a mind system, and it's, let's say, only 1% of the rest of us. And it's a tool. She existed and participated with her mind and the voice in her head as if that was her. So she participated inside the 1% and never knew herself outside of that mind. So when it collapsed, that 1%, she didn't know where the rest was. No, and it was so backwards and inverted. It then opened up when she asked for, what am I supposed to believe? Why is this earth like this? Why would I come here then and be lied to? So when she couldn't live any of these lies, she said, why would I do that? Why would I come to earth and be lied to? And who did that? Who made this world? If God is supposed to be the God of this world, as my belief told me, there's a creator that created this world, it's a pretty evil God. And she sobbed some more. And soon as she recognized and said, this has got to be an evil God, because if I'm going to create a world and I'm God, why would I lie? Why would I create a world where horrible things happen to people? And when she said that, a whole vision opened up. And she said, look at this world. And she saw catastrophes and abuse and horrible things done to children and kidnappings and war. So much war after war and annihilation, which was the opposite of what she was told, how beautiful the earth was and how beautiful God was and what God did and loved all his children. And yet what was being shown was the opposite. And she said, why whoever created this world was evil. Nobody would do that. And she saw that this world that was created, this went on and on. She saw what you would say is the matrix, but she saw the actual truth of the creator who created this container, who was only the God of this created world, which was to inflict pain and trauma and do the most horrific crimes. And she was viewing all of that. And because of her belief in that God, the God of that world was her God, but an overlay had been put on it to make the God of this world seem omnipotent and beautiful and lovely, which allowed her to help the suffering. And it was a loop, and it wasn't true. And in quantum moments, she saw the truth. And in those moments, because her system was based on this, it just literally, there was the information that came in that there was something greater and more than this was not allowed to be accessed. It was just like an agreement in that moment when she saw the falsity in her reality and how she'd experienced and saw the truth of the reality with never considering any other reality, nor did she in that moment ask to consider any other reality. Her intention at that moment was, I did not sign up for this. Nobody in their right mind would come to earth to live and be lied to and be told false lies of join this religion and you'll be purified, and then to pit everybody against each other in the name of Jesus or a God and destroy. This is the most cruelest game. This is the most horrific plan, and nobody would ever sign up to come to earth. And I surely am not playing this game anymore. I am out. I quit. I don't want it. I will never stay here. And in that moment was when the walkout occurred. The thread of information in that moment, when the soul processed that part of their mind and thought that that was all there was, didn't even question what else there was, just literally knew that's not what they signed up for. They were not here to participate in the morbid lies and the horrors that they saw. And they said, no, thank you. With every fiber in the physicality at that moment. Every particle and cell with intention that sound went into, and the agreement was broken to stay. It was like, no, absolutely not. And in that moment, there was no concept that this being had children or family. It was just literally, I'm out. I'm out. No, thank you. That's it. Don't even give me the other part of the story. There is none. It's just like, this is the worst that's a big joke. Like, joke's on you? No, thank you. I'm out. I don't care where I go. Just done. And meant it. And in that moment, at some point, that was the last thought with such powerful intention. I cannot describe to you in words the power of intention that she gave in that moment. It was clear, and it was a game over, and everything went into an abyss at that moment. It just, still in the physical, but lights out. And it was the beginning of the soul transference. That soul left. And hours later, I cannot tell you the time of evening that was. It was on April 12th, probably 1 or 2 in the morning, maybe even 3 in the morning, from the time all the systems collapsed until the abyss, and lights were out. And the next thing that occurred was I was waking up in the Luxor Pyramid Hotel, looking at a man opening the blinds. And that's the end of the walkout story. And now you'll get to hear how I walked in and what occurs and how that occurs in the Chronicles of a Walk-In.